home.
So what's up with that raven sitting on your shoulder? Does it have a name? Are you its rightful owner?
Her name is Beatrice, you challenge leech, and she'll tear you apart before I finish the speech.
Whoa, what's with the hostility? Did I do something wrong? Anyway, last question, how are you so strong?
Rod of Aegis and Hourglass never steer me wrong, but if you want to do more damage, put on TV's thong, and then you try to run, and you try to hide, try to make it across the jungle to the other side. You plead for help, please save me, Vi! Raven's eating you alive, you're decrepified, all hope is lost, you're out of time. Accept your fate, meet your demise. Oh shit, it's rise!
Flexes, gotta hit him with my W, he'll never move.
I've never seen such power.
Terrified, lost scared of me, so they're sitting at their tower being cowardly.
This battle's gone for hours.
The first to devour anything in sight, just step away from the tower, let's end this fight.
I'm beaten, half eaten. My summoner's forsaken me.
I like to call it poetic justice. Does you really think your deeds will simply go unpunished? The outcome has always been set in stone. If you go up against me, you get better Alan Palm. Let us fight like gentlemen.
I'm in a rank that's lower than I know I should be. And all the teams I kept make sure I can't escape now. All I do is queue up just to lose that LP. My own minions don't want to cooperate. I've been trying to make that climb, but this champ's broken. That champ's broken. I try to carry all the time, but get demoted. 'Cause I'm stuck in low elo.
Hello everyone that's showed up so far. Kind of mixture of stuff going on tonight. So we have a Galactic Division here matchup between two teams. We have Ban Rumble is on the Don't Ban Rumbles on the blue side, and Tussletown, I believe that's their full name,
Right.
is going to be on the red side for game numero uno. So we'll be looking at that. This is on patch 7.14, and you know that because it's got tanks. We're going to have some tanks today. You have Zac being banned, Maokai being banned, first pick Cho'Gath being picked up on the side of Ban. I call him Ban, so because Rumble's character names and names is normal names is kind of crazy there. So, but then we have Rumble, Maokai, and Corki being banned out, and Talia, Zac Graves for the first ban. So some jungle bans, but two tanks already taken out, and then Cho'Gath insta-picked, and then that's going to be countered with the Sivir Taric. So Tussle going to lock in a strong bot lane here. Taric, I think, has come back into a prevalence with having the tanks and the melee tanks being the stronger dominant supports right now. That's going to be countered with Tuba's Darius and Gelati's Zillion. So both these teams are known for running those two picks, so we'll see how now Cho'Gath out of the jungle likes to have a buddy with his engage. He likes to have someone run in there with him, and he needs someone to usually either lay down a CC, so we'll see how good Gelati is at landing those double bombs tonight. If Gelati can get some double bombs in onto the enemy team, get a lockup, it's going to be really easy for Cho'Gath to follow up with a Ruptured Silence and, feast, see who he's going to eat in this match. But he's going to be running into a Rise Swain, so we got a lot of scaling going on in this game. Probably don't expect it to end in the 20-25 minutes here. Probably not fast-paced game. Am talking, and people who can hear me. So, what's up, man? You know, we're just gonna be casting some Galactic Division. Oh, we have Don't Ban Rumble on blue side and Tussletown on the red side. And then they'll obviously swap for game 2. So, Kiro Shirin on his Notorious Kindred, if I'm not mistaken. That's one of his favorite champions to run in the jungle for Tussle. I'm really excited to see that. Interesting how he's going to go with, you know, the 80 carry kind of carry. Well, we'll see how the new Kindred is. I know they've been tweaking around with it. I don't know if he's necessarily considered an 80 carry. Maybe he's like a skirmisher. I mean, he's an 80 carry because he's range and auto attack, I guess. But maybe not the marksman role that we've been seeing from him in the past. And Kog'Maw's on the other side, which is good, but Kog'Maw's usually good against like a team that tanks. And all they do have Tarek and Swain and Rise, who can all get semi-tanky. They don't have a true tank. They have pseudo tankiness with the, you know, the Kindred ult, which prevents death, the Tarek ult, which, you know, reduces which eliminates damage for like 2.15 seconds. So we'll see. I mean, Rise can, you know, teleport people around. Sivir's going to be able to, you know, ult and speed up the whole team here. Help Swain get in. There's not really... There's not a whole lot of engage, honestly, from either one of these teams. Both of these teams are just gonna walk at each other and butt heads. So we will see how they want to do that, because the Swain versus Darius matchup up top is a good matchup, I think, for the Swain, as long as he can. A lot of Swains will start the Doran Shield, just sustain up, get CS, get your Rod of Ages going, get that stacking. Rise is also doing the same thing with the Rod of Ages in the tier. Get those, you know, stackable items going, and then hopefully you just don't feed into the Darius. Whereas Cho'Gath needs some help. Cho'Gath is a good, relatively safe and healthy jungler because of his passive, giving him the ability to not lifesteal, but he gets health and mana back on kills and on minions, monsters, champions, that type of thing. Which should allow him to sustain in the jungle. So but he's not looking to go pick a fight with the Kindred. Kindred may be trying to pick a fight with Cho'Gath early. It just kind of depends on that matchup. I haven't seen a lot of Kindred recently, so I'm really excited to see Kiro Shirin's Kindred. The Zillion versus Rise. It's just how good can the Zillion drop bombs and control the wave, push in onto the Rise, and then Kog'Maw, Nami versus Sivir, Tarek. I think this is a lane where definitely the Tussletown should have an early advantage being able to push in. And Cho'Gath, like I said, takes some time to set up. Now, the Nami bubble is a great setup for Cho'Gath to follow up on, but, you know, Conrathan has to be really good on his bubble placement for it, you know, for the follow-up of Cho'Gath. Otherwise, there's no real hard, like, there's not a Malphite ult, there's not a, you know, a Mumu, there's not a Sejuani ult or a Galio, a Jarvan. There's a lot of run-at-you champions in this game, so it's going to be really interesting to see how these teams run at each other. I'm really excited to see how that plays out. Gelati needs a bigger champion pool. I guess. I don't know. It's whatever he feels comfortable with, right? Like, these teams have been playing together for a while, so the fact that Gelati is once again on Zillion doesn't surprise me, especially when the enemy team takes Sivir. So some run-at-you action. So let's break down the teams here once again. On the side of Don't Ban Rumble, we got Tuba up in the top lane on Darius, Mayor Huevos in the jungle on Cho'Gath, Zillion playing Gelati. Tisk Gamo. That's not how you say that. It's Gelati playing the Zillion, and Rixie's going to be on the Kog'Maw. So we got some Void monsters there. And Nami is being played by Conrathen in bot lane. Ansem 571 up top on Swain. Kiro Shirin on Jungle Kindred. Foozle Bamboozle, great name, bud, on the mid lane rides. And we have the Tizzy on 80 carry Sivir. In Monster Energy 77 on Taric support. So both these teams are just going to run out here. Looks like we're gonna fan out from both these teams. Maybe on Jungle Cho'Gath, you really want to start your E. I guess you can start Silence or Rupture. You're not going to be able to stun someone. Now, Taric did get a buff on this last patch on his E damage. So if Taric gets a like an auto attack, stun, auto attack, the damage on his base level for his E is really increased. So now a lot of Tarics have been putting just 1 point in E and then more points into Q to give more of the heal, because I think they reduce that unless you give your auto attacks not more power. How is it phrased? Let's look at Taric. How is it phrased? Empower auto attacks, great touch. So does it switch back? So the cooldown's going to be the same, but the more stacks you get of your Q on there from auto attacking means the more heal you're going to get when you do go to cast it, as the minions will be spawned. And we already see one bomb land on the side of Zillion. So Kindred has gone for the enemy jungler as his first marked champion. Usually that's what the jungler Kindreds do. They do mark the enemy jungler first because they want to be able, in case they run into each other, get those extra damage and stacks. Foozle Bamboozle, Gelati trading heavily here in the mid lane. And it does look like Nami has gone with the coin versus the Targon's Embrace one. Can't remember. Face of the Mountain, Targon's Embrace goes in the Face of the Mountain. I think that's what you said. See, there's that level 1 stun. Oh, auto attacks. Great return bubble onto Sivir. So Rixie going to be able to trade some damage there. Oh, Rise hovering towards the... and it looks like everyone's looking to take down the... Nice job by Mayor Huevos getting there early, but now Kindred, who's level up, who didn't go for it, has Smite. We'll see what he wants to do. He's going to go in right here onto Mayor Huevos, who's probably going to have to flash away. Rupture here, and is going to get knocked up. Great flash by Mayor Huevos, trying to look to go towards his top lane. He doesn't know what to do. Places a ward over the wall here as we have a Smite now. Kira Shirin stuck between a rock and a hard place here. That's a great Rupture, and there's the pull in from Darius. First Blood's going over to Cho'Gath in the jungle. He's gonna have the double buffs. He gets blue transfer complete back to him, and that's probably really gonna hurt. Yet the build and the path for Kira Shirin being extremely aggressive. His lanes weren't able to come down and collapse. Swain wasn't pushed up. Rise, I think, had to base because he wanted to get his tier get going. So interesting that Ansem has started with the Doran's Ring. Now the Doran's Ring does help you with mana, give you your mana back, but between the Q and the from Swain, which helps you kill low health minions, and the Doran's Shield, which adds your auto attack into it, it's much easier to farm with the Doran's shield than it is with the Doran's blade, but the Doran's blade, or sorry, Doran's ring. But the Doran's ring does give you that mana back, and Swain can be mana hungry, but Swain's passive gives him mana back every time he kills something anyway, so sometimes the shield is your better option, because you get the mana back anyway from that, just not as much. You just have to be more reliable on your ability usage and more prevalent. And trade's going on, and Kiro Shirin's going to go over the wall and has gotten to the Krugs here. Cho'Gath is looking for him. Everyone's looking for where Kiro Shirin's going on this Kindred. His invade's gone very well for him. He takes the big one and hops out over the wall. Looks like he's just going to get the one, and probably the vision cone on his way out as well. And does look like the next mark for Kindred is going to be the Wraiths of Cho'Gath, but that's a dangerous one to take, especially with Zillion so close by, who has gone the 2 Doran's rings with boots there. And it looks like they're just going to make sure that this is going to go over to Cho, as Cho is not yet backed after getting First Blood, so he's going to have quite a bit of gold when he gets back home. Let's see, this is going to tell me. Do I have to click on their champions to find out? Gold 246. 188. So already about 100 more gold on the side of Nami on that, as nice silence interruption into double bombs. And that's the CC that's needed for Cho'Gath to be successful. He cannot be the only one bringing it, and he usually is going to need some type of setup. You set up the silence, like you saw there, into the rupture, so no flash where it goes from there, and the rupture allows the double bombs going off for Gelati there. So probably see more action of that coming here in the future, and that double bond combo with the rupture or silence in some type of particular order to help Cho'Gath get in and start creating some havoc as the OP tank of the patch. Well, one of the OP tanks of the patch, which is interesting. Why we see Kiro Shirin on this Kindred. I mean, the Kindred Taric is an excellent combination for sustained fights. I mean, you put down the Taric ult, so none of your team takes any damage, and then once that comes back up, you can use the Kindred ult, so if anyone does about ready to die, you can keep on fighting. But the other thing is the Kindred ult works for the enemy team as well, so you have to play this, play it very properly, but it's a good way to basically have a pseudo tankiness here, as we're going to see a good stun here, and it looks like they're going to trade in onto Kog'Maw onto Taric, and there's the exhaust, and it looks like Kog'Maw's just going to give up the kill. He knew that he was going to die, and Taric's going to flash out. Nice bubble prevents Nami from going down, as Taric flash and ignite down on that side. So great job here on the side of the Silver bot lane from getting in there and taking down yet another kill. And Tuba has backed, and first item, Executioner's Calling, to prevent any type of healing that Swain does once he gets in onto Swain, if he can ever get on the Swain, which can sometimes be the hardest gap to close, because he is melee versus a range who has got some slows coming out on the side of the Birdman. And now the next mark here is the Scuttle Crab here in front of Dragon, and it does look like the Cho'Gath really focusing these as Kiro Shirin's red buff spawn, so that's kind of unfortunate for the side of Kindred there. That's his mark was the Scuttle Crab while his red buff was spawned, and he's going to right from red right to blue to make sure that he actually is going to get this one, and he's not going to be greedy here. Well, he is kind of being greedy, but knowing that the Scuttle Crab was just taken, he knows Cho'Gath's on the bottom half of the map. It's a lot relatively ease for getting this blue buff. And there it is. Swain versus Darius. Darius is going to miss the Q there. And whenever you miss a Q, flash in from Ansem makes Tuba burn the flash to make sure he gets out alive, as Cho'Gath and now Zillion is going to show up onto this Kindred, see what they can do. Nothing, as they're really stuck now. And double bombs misses in the root, finished off by Rise, but he walks through the double bombs. Oh, nice ult from Gelati is going to finish that off, but double bomb here, not going to matter. Maybe once this ends, nope. Double kill on the side of Kirishira means, you know, this Kindred, after, you know, giving up that early invade, it's going to be able to pick up some stacks and looks like going to be able to get that Scuttle Crab, which is the next stack for Kindred on that passive. So the more range now, I think it's range on Kindred's auto attacks and the Q. And I think a little bit of damage as well on the number of stacks that she can get. Or he, because I guess it's technically what Lamb and Wolf, they. It. That was a great timed ult by Gelati there on the Zillion. Just to, you know, put it down right as the Cho'Gath was going to guide. Too bad that they're just kind of out of position, and the ability to collapse down and the low health of Darius with the flashes all being down kind of meant that it was kind of the end. Now, Foozle Bamboozle walked right into those double bombs. That was kind of an interesting thing here. So we see Zillion on a roam. Clears out the pink ward and heads on back, and here's Kirishira over the wall. Will double bombs get in onto him as there's the speed up, and we'll see a nice Nami ultimate there to prevent the engage and the flash. Rupture's going to make sure that misses, and Kog'Maw's going to get some return damage in here. Make Taric burn the ult as well. Flash double bombs means Taric's not going to take damage, but will get stunned. That does not prevent CC. All it does is prevent damage. Just delayed his death there as Cho'Gath and Kog'Maw finish off. Who actually picked up that kill? Gelati, I think, maybe picked up that one on the second bomb explosion. Maybe. I think he got that one. Uh-oh. We'll see the top laners duking it out here. Nice movement on the side, and there is the Rupture and Silence here in the top. Those bombs, just that CC chain, although, ooh, another great ult on the side of Zillion, bringing Cho'Gath back to life right as he was going to go down to Kirishiran's ult, or just Q there. I mean, the Kindred, they're really pushing in hard for this first tower. They really want to get this tower down because they know Sivir can really push up. Darius is just trying to duke it out for Swain. Now Swain came out of the ultimate, so that means that's not going to happen. Silence now, and a bubble, and just eaten! He was eaten! And then died to Taric. But the tower is going to go down in favor of Don't Ban Rumble, as Rise was trying to push in and take mid lane, but Rise, one of the slowest pushers, or tower takers at least, known in League of Legends. Now, Rise likes mana. And since he's not good at split pushing, you would think he would, and you know, Sheen gives mana, that you would want Sheen on Rise. As we see the top laners duke it out, but Ansem has his ultimate back up and running, but let's see if he runs out of mana, and Dunk, not enough, as down goes Darius. Tried to fight him, but not enough bleed stacks on the Swain, and he was able to heal and sustain his way through it, even through the Executioner's calling there. So he's just going to back right on Tuba's head. This means pretty much a free dragon then for Tussletown, knowing that top laner was dead and the jungler was nowhere to be seen. So we'll see if they do any map rotations here with this bottom tower taken. The three people trying to get the Scuttle Crab. Gelati running around here. They know the enemy team is taken. Dragon, and there's the stun. There's the ultimate from Sivir, and great disengage from Conrathan. And now trying to get in, but no. Oh, does flash away just in time. Cho'Gath's going to be coming back here. We'll see. Jeez, this Kog'Maw, so much damage. Oh no, there's a great Rupture. Flashes the Silence and the bubble. Here comes a Taric ultimate. Is he going to go down beforehand? Kindred ult into the Taric ult meant that he's not going to die, But the Rupture is going to, or Kog'Maw finishes off an auto attack. But let's check on the other fight here as we see the top laners and mid laners fighting. Zilean going to go down. Yep, is going to go down. Tuba trying to sustain up through here. Double bombs, not going to be enough. Kog'Maw trying to finish up down here. Bubble is going to miss. Silence not in range. Ooh, nice jump there from Kindred out of the ult from Cog. I just lost my headphones. Now they're clearing out. Let's see Gelati with the slow. And the double bombs flash in by the Rise there. Uncle Rise. Is he going to escape? He doesn't have Ghost. He has ult. Does he just pop ult here? Go back to... Zilean's going to take that one. This is a very fighty game. If you told me that Dome Band Rumble was going to have a very, lots of fights going on, I'd be like, that's not normally their style. I was expecting a lot more. I mean, we have a Swain, a Rise, a Cho'Gath. New champion Kog'Maw even likes to get to a couple items before they start doing all of the fighting. I was expecting that kind of match tonight. Not the one that we have right here. Flash in from Darius. There's the Nami ult and the Rupture, and Silence. Down goes Kindred. Can't get away from all of that CC. And with that being said, there is now 4 members as Kog'Maw is coming up through the top lane. They're trying to get down yet another tower for pull in the Swain, and there's the Sivir ultimate, but one Rupture stun comes across in Silence, and Rise is here, so he's going to try and re-engage. Looks like he gets a great route in onto Darius, but the heal from Kog'Maw and Nami there able to sustain him up. So they're all going to kind of run around here. Rise going to go back to mid lane as Zilean had pushed this one almost up to tower here, as that tower is nearly down, but jeez, double bombs there clears out a nice section. So the bot laners are now in top because that's where the next objective is. Possibly, jeez, and wow, just those Kog'Maw W powered auto attacks absolutely shredding through the Sivir there. Oh no. Whew. Rise able to lay so much damage down in onto the Zilean here. Zilean should be able to kind of sustain it back up. We'll see what happens. Cho'Gath's here to get the towers. They're going to 3-man this tower. They've just been fighting under towers. Cho'Gath surprisingly has a lot of CS. How much time we've seen him in lanes taking towers with this mid crew. Or this bot lane crew, I guess. Darius versus Swain. Oh, misses the pull. So much damage coming out from that Swain. Puts extra points in that E, gives him, extra deals, extra damage to anyone he deals it to. And while they're trading that, and Rise looking to maybe help in on this Darius in bot lane, is a Rift Herald take on the side of Ban Rumble. Now let's see what they can do with the Rift Herald here. The only outer left is mid lane. That's probably where they're going to be focusing. Swain right now has the advantage in this bot lane against Darius, and pretty much kind of always does unless Darius gets really far ahead. Just the whole range versus melee matchup, plus all the range damage, and Swain being able to heal up any damage that Darius can put down on him if needed. Zilean is 4-0-2. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, you want to kind of Darius go off into a split push, but there is a teleport on the side of both the solo laners for Dope Bay Rumble, which means they can go into like a 1-3-1. But I think it's going to be more of a 4-1 as they want to make sure that Kog'Maw gets protected, which is interesting that he's up top lane by himself right now. I know Dragon's spawning here in 30 seconds, so maybe he's just trying to catch one more wave as, Scuttle Crab is going to go to the, Kindred there in that regards, and they probably should just clear out some pink wards here. Kog'Maw's going to start running down. He's actually in it back after that. He wants to make sure he's here for this fight. We got about 2 minutes left on the Scuttle Crab. So let's see if Mayor Huevos uses the Scuttle Crab in like mid lane when his team looks to go onto the Dragon. That way the enemy team has to pick and choose what objective they want to fight for. Oh, Kog'Maw. Nice. Let's see here. Now, Cho'Gath does have Feast, which can deal 1,000 true damage to a champion. As in it looks... not champion, sorry. There we go. Num, 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 num. Cho'Gath, that's easy. And looks like... And tower and blue portal out. Nice job on the side of Tussletown, trading objectives there. Getting their first tower of the game, you know, while the enemy team got Dragon. Pretty easy, clean take, and really easy, you know, disengage there with the Rise ult. We'll see if they want to try and 4-man this here in mid lane against the Rise and the Sivir. Rupture just going to knock up one, not enough range. Kog'Maw just going to lay out the damage. Oh no, they summon the Rift Herald. There's no minions here to protect it. This charge probably means it's going to go down. That's nothing else. Swain is actually teleported in from behind. Double bombs on Swain, not going to be a time. And there's the Taric ultimate. He's going to come out just in time to save his top laner, which is great because he's going to be able to heal his way through it as well. Now the Kindred ults come out. That means no one has died just yet, although technically the tower did die to the Rift Herald. And now flashing in is two, but that's not going to take anyone down. Mayor Huevos nearly, actually was taken out on this, I don't know who killed him. Very good team fight there from both teams. The engage right as, you know, spawning. Rise looking over the wall here. Let's see what he wants to do. Not these. It could. I mean, the Rift Heralds. I mean, took the tower. But it wasn't the cleanest offense or defense from both teams. But I think both teams can be satisfied on what they did in that team fight. And looking towards the future. Swain doesn't have Zhonya's yet, but that's going to be another tool that Swain's going to have. He's going to be able to, he's going to be able to stack his healing, his ult. He's going to be able to Zhonya's. He's going to be able to, you know, continue to go with Taric ulti on. Taric ulti on the Swain's absolutely dirty. It is dirty. It's a roaming Zhonya's for Swain, in my opinion. Is like, yep, I get the heal and no damage be dealt to me. So when you look at it that way, double bomb spent, and Gelati's going to get stuck here. Not quite. Slow does land onto Rise, who's just trying to walk it out. He can't, though. He has to burn the flash from just the Kog'Maw damage. Look at this Kog'Maw damage. Is absolutely been ridiculous so far. The Nami with the Ardent Sensor really crushing it. In that regards, she didn't go for the little speed up item, as we now have Cho'Gath. This is the thing Cho'Gath can do. On top of having, you know, smite, but you can rupture then smite, or not rupture, sorry, feast. Feast is the ultimate feast, then smite as well for to get that down. As you know, Feast deals 1,000 damage, but it does have an animation, and there is the Sivir ult that's not going to be countered by the Nami ult there, and we'll see if the ults on the side of Tussletown are going to be enough. Nice double knock up there as Kog'Maw is going to take down one, as we do not see the Taric ult come out at all. At least I don't think so. Kirshian's ult hasn't come out either, and this is going to be 4 kills. Let's see if they can get all 5 down for 0, as Ansem's trying to sustain through this thing, but the stacking from Darius and the dunk finishes him off, and with all 5 dead and Baron, this is going to be 1 tower, if not 2. Great team fight on the side of Don't Ban Rumble, and that's kind of what we were expecting out of them. And that early objective control looking very at that Baron, kind of risky, but not extremely risky when you have Cho'Gath on your side. Like I said, Feast, then Smite, because Feast has an animation. That's 1,000 true damage on your Feast, and whatever level your Smite is, what, you know, do the math here. You can always, you know, get higher than the enemy team. As they also steal away the blue buff, get that in onto the Zillion. Kog'Maw was able to kite his way through the time. I think Taric died before his ultimate could go off in that fight, or even really be channeled. And with Taric going down, that's part of their pseudo tankiness that's gone for Tussletown. In that regards, because, you know, the Kindred ult just keeps people alive for a little bit and gives them a little bit of healing, but it gives everyone that. So they don't want to necessarily use that unless it's like either a last effort or sort of kind of at the very end. They want to really have that Terror ult, and Swain still does not have his Zonias yet. We're at 25 minutes, and that's probably going to be the next important part here. As soon as they have the Zonia's, Tarek is now going to get 1 bombed and 2, and now will be slowed, and Kog'Maw just absolutely shreds through that. Zillion's going to take the kill there and get the credit, but Kog'Maw deal most of the damage, and now Kindred is going to try and fight Darius up top, who's in on the split push, who's just trying to kite around these 2 champions as Kindred can just bounce back and forth. Swain's got too much healing and sustain against them. Cho'Gath, though, he's just going to stand here. Have Kog'Maw take down this tower. They don't even have minions, and they have Baron. They're like, we don't need no stinking minions. Jeez, this tower goes so fast. They also have a Mountain Drake too, so gotta calculate that extra little bit of damage in there as well. Jeez, Terror nearly goes down so fast. He's gonna die the Nami ult. He does die the Nami ult. There is a great ult on Kindred to save a couple of his teammates and flash in from the Zonias on Ansa, but I don't think that's gonna be enough as he's just gonna be eaten. Oh, Cho'Gath right now is dirty with that Gargoyle Stone Plate. It pop that, pop your ult, eat someone. As Kindred's actually gonna die to minions there in mid lane. It's going to give the kill credit over to Cho. Must have, you know, last time the dealt damage was probably from Cho'Gath. He does have a lot of area of effect damage, and flash Q from Cho'Gath is going to miss. A lot of telegraph moves from Cho'Gath, and you know, once he gets there, is Rise probably going to finish him off. But Kog'Maw's busy worried about towers. Down goes the Tarek. Cho'Gath finally drops. Baron has gone off on the side of you know, Ban Rumble, but looks like they're just tower diving now, as now Tuba is trying to go deep into the enemy base, and Nami's the one tanking that one up. Double kill on the side of Kog'Maw. With all these kills, they're going to go back to it looks like, but now here comes Swain and Kindred. They have a lot of wave clear. Let's see if they can keep the wave up, but nope, I guess Kog'Maw's just going to shred right through anything that Swain can heal up right now, and flash Q from Kindred, actually smite as well. He's going to take that down. Oh, Zillion was able to finish off the tower. Hit wrong buttons, as now 2 Nexus towers are down on the side of Tussletown, as Ban Rumble is getting really greedy here, trying to get as many kills. And second Nami ult has come out in the base now, as geez, here comes the Terror ult. Let's see if he can stay. He has to flash away before he was going to die, and Sivir's now popped. The double bomb's going to come out, means she shielded that one, but Swain's going to drop to Kog'Maw. Let's see here, and that's going to be finished off. Zillion, can you escape the Rise? Who? Flashed root. Down you go. So, Conrathen, the only one to survive the last, like, 5 minutes of play. That was a shit ton of action. Like, that was a lot. Cho'Gath's gonna get another dragon. Nom 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 nom. Mayor Huevos eating away on this Cho'Gath. Battlecast Cho'Gath. Absolutely ginormous. Let's see how many sacks he's got. He has 11, which gaining 1,320 bonus health. Plus the Cinder Hulk plus 20% bonus health. So, like, he's absolutely feasting. How much does his ult do right now? 475 plus 265 plus 6 plus what kind of double port some of that when he lands the Stoneborn. Absolutely ridiculous right now. Let's see if he eat the Swain. Eat the Swain. Fighting's going all around yet again here, as that was a really interesting effect there. Nice pull in by Darius there. Swain gets stunned over the wall. Nami ult's being cast out. Doesn't actually pop up anyone, as Rise here is clearing minions, but they're all going back to base while Band Rumble is going to rush this, whatchamacallit, inhib? Is that what they're called? Yeah, inhibitors. Now they got super minions back in 2 waves. Let's see what they want to do. Pull comes in and double bumps. Oh, great double bumps here. And the Kindred ult is going to keep people alive. And now here comes the Terror Cult. Let's see if they can keep people sustained out through. But that's not going to matter. As actually Kyushin's going to drop. And Darius flashes in and pulls Sivir back in. Double bomb's going to finish that one off as well. As Swain's the only one left alive. And he's at full health. Let's see if he can tank through this. He's got one person down. That's not going to matter because I think the Nexus. Nope. Nami with the ace and the Nexus. Excellent job by Band Rumble there, just snowballing those leads that they got. The really quick, it was almost even, and they knocked down some towers, and then they took that Rift Herald, and I think that was really the key turning point. Is not the enemy team didn't have Rift Herald, but that team fight where the Rift Herald took the tower, and everyone was trading back and forth, and kills went 1-for-1. But because the Rift Herald took the tower, you know, Band Rumble won in that regards the team fight and allowed them to get more gold. Kog'Maw never really got touched. No one could really get on to Kog'Maw in the back line. So Kog'Maw, while just got to free fire the entire time, you know, Zillion with the great ultimates on teammates to keep them sustained, and they were able to just sustain tank team fight through, you know, Swain's healing, the pseudo-tankiness that you can get from Taric and from the Kindred, the ability to speed up the, you know, the Sivir speed-up ult to have them, like, charge down in onto Band Rumble wasn't really particularly good because you don't want to, you know, you don't want to charge into a Cho'Gath Darius. You want to kite them out. But the problem with that is you have, like, Nami, you know, Tidal Wave and Kog'Maw kind of chasing you down, and you have the Zillion speed up. So you kind of have to play the cat and mouse game of dealing damage, zoning out, dealing damage, zoning out. But that's not the way that, you know, Swain and Ryze, they kind of want to, like, fight in the front lines. But right now, Cho'Gath and Swain and Darius are too strong, mainly probably for the Ryze and the Kindred there. Personal opinion, but that's just how I kind of see it going on. Although the Swain did do a decent job up top in the solo lanes against Darius, but just when it came to the time for the team fight, he wasn't able to sustain tank through it. So we're going to quick touch base and look at the graphs and the charts. Damage, Kog'Maw's probably way up here. What do you know? Kog'Maw, double basically everyone in the game. Good job. Good job, Rixie, just shredding that. Got some decent wards, and that was a pretty quick game, too. So, oh, I didn't switch over. Sorry, guys. Kog'Maw dealt like 46,000 damage. No one else dealt more than, like, 23. So, that was that.